It's only a heartbeat away. When I need love, I hold out my hands and I touch love. I never knew there was so much love keeping me warm night and day. Miles and miles of empty space in between us. A telephone can't take the place of your smile. But you know I won't be traveling forever. It's cold out, but hold out and do like I do when I need you. I just close my eyes and I'm with you. And all that I so wanna give you, babe, it's only a heartbeat away. It's not easy when the road is your driver. Honey, that's a heavy load that we bear. But you know I won't be traveling a lifetime. It's cold out, but hold out and do like I do. Oh, I need you. When I need love, I hold out my hands and I touch love. I never knew there was so much love keeping me warm night and day. When I need you, I just close my eyes. And you're right here by my side, keeping me warm night and day. I just hold out my hands, I just hold out my hand, and I'm with you, darling. Yes, I'm with you, darling. All I wanna give you, it's only a heartbeat.
Ang istasyong maaasahan mo sa araw at gabi, mapamusika man at importanteng impormasyon kailangang malaman. Dito lang yan sa 100.9 Santo Tomas.
Hi guys! Si Cesar Buboy Montano po ito. You're listening to 100.9 Metro FM Radio Tomasino. Sa tanang ako mga kaigsuunan, mga higalas, mga dabawenyo sa aking mga pinangga. Nakikinig kayo ngayon sa 100.9 Metro FM Radio Tomasino. Love you. God bless you.
Kailangan ba ng filter ang beauty mo? May confidence ka ba na ilalabas ito? Morena o mestizo man ay pretty ka. Sa healthy, glowing skin, may hihigit pa ba? Pamper your skin with all natural Tubod beauty care. Healthy, glowing skin is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Maganda ang dating, natural ang
Tubod Mist, Tubod Water. Bring it now! For more details, just contact 0935-943-2560 or 0963-574-0750. Tubod Water.
Healthy is pretty. Maganda ang dating, natural ang feeling. Maganda ang dating, natural ang feeling.
Lain nasab nga mensahe ang ato nadawat gikan ni texter 1399. Atong tawagan tungod matod pa niya nagpasalamat siya sa Wonder Glutathione Kojic Milk Soap.
Hello.
Hello ma'am. Nagpasalamat ka sa Wonder Glutathione Kojic Milk Soap. Kinsa ni palihog ma'am?
Ako dyan, Arumbo. Taga-secure.
Okay. Pwede ta ka pangayuan og testimonya para ani imong text karon dayon?
Katuloy pagkabit ako sa akong naglututan, Kujik Milk Soup kay akong panit kay maging arang-arang siya din. Katuloy mo na katumbol ibon-iba.
Human lugar nimo paggamit sa atong Wonder Glutathione Kojic Milk Soap, nawala to tanan.
Nawala ko ba? Pag pinakaadlaw. Wala ko ito siya 5.
5 ka adlaw nimong gamit sa atong Wonder Glutathione Kojic Milk Soap, nawala ang imong mga buni-buni sa panit.
Nawala, ma'am.
Okay, proud user sa atong produktong.
Wonder Glutathione Kujik Milk Soup.
Okay, daghang kaayong salamat ma'am. God bless.
Huy, day! Naunsa naman na imong buhok? Mura naman na og silhing lanot. Takibing oy, nagproblema jud ko ni akong buhok. Gusto ta ko natural beauty. Huy! Sa panahon karon, uso na ang i-upgrade ang natural beauty, Mare. Update po, doy. Mura magkakarang tao. Para napay brochure ihatag nimo. Unsa man ni Mads? Mauna siya ang brochure sa Shika Muza Beauty Lounge. Og moadto gani ka sa Shika Muza Beauty Lounge, pangitaan lang si Gionilo de Campos. Asa man ni dapita, Mads? Daghan da islag services, no? Nindot po didiri. Utay, oy. Adto lang sa tubangan sa first gate sa Santo Tomas Central Elementary School sa Pedro 3, Santo Tomas, Davao del Norte. Or i-contact ilang phone number na 0994-885-4536 or 0969-2996-448 o gusto ka mahimong malagkatriona. Tara na sa Shika Muza Beauty Lounge. Bagong saligan, pagupahan sa katawhan.
Bringing you the latest news and the hottest music wherever you are. This is Amapola Broadcasting System, caring for the environment, advocate of responsible journalism.
Metro FM.
Sigurado, love ka dito.
Join now with DJ Sweet.
A better mix of music. Metro FM.
Alrighty, guys. For those of you watching who have tuned in before, well, I will say this probably looks a little different. Well, that's because it is. Today we have a special guest in studio with us, so we've changed up the format a little bit. I have with me in studio today Lorenz, or Soy Soy Datiles, and he's done some pretty cool stuff recently that I wanted to talk about. My friend and business partner at Cafe Tuneros, Beverly, is here. He's the coach of this young man. So yeah, I'm gonna have them both in. We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna talk about running, what it's been like for him, where he's gone with it, and some other stuff. So those of you who don't know, you're watching on 100.9, the Metro FM. I'm Joe Cano. I'll be your host for this afternoon. And this hour is brought to you by Cafe Tuneros, where you can go and get yourself a nice, delicious cup of coffee or other drink, especially during this heat wave. We've got stuff on ice, so go down there. All right, but to get right into it, Soy Soy.
Hello, guys.
Welcome. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody before we get moving?
Okay. Shout out to my teammates, assistant coach, Mom Dorothy. Hello, guys. Hi.
All right. And Beverly, you this is your student. You're his coach. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, so recently, how you came to my attention was you won some medals. What did you win in? Because I don't remember that. I'm not much of a runner, so I don't remember exactly what events you medaled in. What were those?
You can speak in Bisaya, so and I'll be the one to translate it. And is asking about what are the medals you've won in, particularly in Dabra 2024.
Dawagan ako dito is 5 golds in sprinting, 100 meter, 200 meter, 400 meter, tsaka 4x1 and 4x4 relay.
Yeah.
Okay, I understood all that. I got that. That is. Is this during the same event, or was this over a course of days, or how did that play out? As in the scheduling of these events. Just an idea. Did you do all this in one day, or was this over the course of a week or two?
Sir, 4 days. 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days.
All right, that's still incredible. If you get me a 50-meter sprint, I'm not going to be running for another few days. And maybe part of that's because I'm old, but I've never been much of a sprinter, so I've always been impressed with that explosive energy. Now, having won those medals, what are some tactics you get to build explosive energy? How do you do that personally? And I'm just asking for your techniques, because if you, I've noticed, for me, if I'm gonna jump out, get that kind of that push, that fast push, how would I improve mine if I were going to do it like you?
More on weights, that are like squats and deadlift, ganun.
Mm-hmm.
Or explosive workout. Ganun.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I think we're doing okay. Remember, you can speak Visaya. We've got our translator there. But as a coach, what would you encourage? Let's say someone who's looking to improve themselves on those sprint type events. How are you gonna encourage? Aside from what he said, of course, which is great ideas. Squats and deadlifts are wonderful ways to build up explosive energy in my experience. So, what else would you add to that?
Basically, if you want to become a strong sprinter, first you need to follow the training program and stay focused on it, like on the short sprinting workouts, the speed and endurance workout, and there's a lot of repetitions on it. You cannot do it in a day, but it takes time to produce a strong sprinter. So what Susie did, we do it more than a year just to make him a strong sprinter in his field. So basically there are some trainings like speed and endurance training, uphill training, speed workouts, and the like.
All right, so I like that. That's good. And I have trained people for some running when I was in the Navy. We had a 1.5 mile run we had to do twice a year, but throughout the year you would train for it to make sure that no one was falling behind. And I'm gonna ask a question now. You don't, we can have him leave if you want to answer without him. But something I noticed, and I'm kidding, I don't think he needs to leave. But something I noticed when I was training people, sometimes they didn't like me as much as they did when I wasn't training them. Do you think that a coach who pushes you is a necessary element to achieve these higher level athletics? Or would a coach who's maybe a little more relaxed be kind of the path forward? How much push should a coach give, do you think? As a student.
Yun sa din ako pag-push, so yung kinahanglan padayon kay dili man gyud dalim ang pagiging athlete, kay like he said, he trained people, but most of his people is he got angry with him. So unsay maghimo?
Kaning motivate mi mo sir, tapos kaning dili man ay naman mo koy gusto mo po na mo sir, mga pangarap po na muna nga maong ga-push mi kang kapoy na or lisod ganon, para dili may ma-boring, di na motivate mo sir.
First is the coach motivated them, and the coach and the athlete talk about their dreams because they have dreams. So that is why they are motivated with their dreams to continue, and so it's not hard to become an athlete actually. So it's the motivation and their dream that push them to continue.
I'll say I sense some humility in that you're very humble when it comes to that, both of you in this particular case. We could say it's not hard to become an athlete, but I think you've pushed quite hard to get where you are. So to become a low-level athlete, perhaps not. I mean, I think anybody could, or most people, could make it through a 5K with a little bit of training. But at these levels, do you have the medals with you today? Can I see those the medals you were recently awarded?
That's it. He won 5 medals.
Yeah, these are five medals here. You hear that jingle jangle right there?
Let's go.
Just made of
5 goats.
but sweet and blood on it.
Yeah. So I will say the amount of effort put in by a coach and a student is nothing to sneer at. So what you described so far is a pretty constant training regimen. What I've noticed, because there's a lot of high-level kind of weightlifters, runners, people like that, but there's a lot of diets out there that people talk about nowadays. Carnivore diet. We've gone over them on the show before, and now whether it's the carnivore diet, vegan, whatever the case is, there's a lot of things people talk about, but I'm talking to somebody who just won 5 medals in events, and I would like to know what your daily meal, the meals you eat during the day, what does that look like? What are you striving for?
Sa di mo ginakaon sa imong diet. He's talking about carnivore and like meat, like sa imong ginakaon daw.
Yes, pang ano lang sir, normal foods lang sir, like mga kaning karne, pero naka ano siya sir, kaning limit na dili dapat makasobrang kaon para dili bugat.
Okay,
staple yung timbang.
He just eat protein most of the time, but he need to control his diet also, so his weight will not go beyond his limit, because as a sprinter the shall I say the weight is very important, so he can perform his running skills more good. Okay, so food is very important in every athlete.
So if we wanted to, if we're gonna exercise, we're gonna slim down a little bit. Me and all my listeners right now, our goal is to get faster and leaner. That's what we're gonna say, even though it's not. Some of us want to be a little fat. But if we want to do that, we're gonna focus on more protein, steady workouts. Okay, well that makes sense. And I'm just trying to find out how you've done it and gotten where you are, because we might have listeners who want to accomplish something, and you've done a good job. Credit where it's due. So focusing on proteins, working hard to supplement, and being a little cautious. I'll say that makes sense. If you think weight doesn't matter that much, then put on a 20-pound backpack. 20 pounds is not a lot, 10 kilos we'll say, and walk around with it all day. Do it with 5 kilos. You will get tired much faster. So weight does matter. We want to be cautious about that.
Yeah, we called it resistance training.
Yep.
Yeah, we called it resistance training. But in the Philippines, to be honest, what is served for us is we'll eat only what is served for us, since our resources limited.
Absolutely.
However, the food and nutrition plays a vital role in every athlete.
So we work towards a goal, but we're not gonna be upset if we can't get the exact food we want, because there's not exactly extra food just floating around everywhere. Copy that. Meats all day coming from the chat. Well, I think you've heard it here. We're pushing towards more meat, and hey, I've got guys to translate this for me. So, pas kayo ni mo dagan ba?
He ran very fast.
Oh, okay, he does run very fast. Correct. All right.
Thank you, Dingy Howard.
All right. Yeah, he's one of our top fans here. Great guy. He's here pretty much every time. He comes in, he lets us know, and he enjoys our content. So we like to interact with him when we can. Cool. So we've got some of that down now. Obviously, you didn't start running the day of the race. So I think we talked a little bit about this, but I'd like to repeat some of it on air. So when did you start running in a trained sense? Because every child runs. Children love it. Everyone that can, obviously, minus disabilities, but kids love to run. And then there comes a point when you want to train to run well and to run in an ordered fashion. So when did that start?
When I was Grade 5.
Grade 5. Okay. That's 8 years ago. All right. And what was your favorite events then? Was it still sprinting, or did you try for more cross country or anything like that?
Just sprinting, sir. Kasi
Okay.
yun lang kaya sa hangin endurance.
All right. From the chat, we're being asked, do you have any experience having any accidents in running? So have you ever...
Injury.
Yeah, you
Yes,
ever had an
sir.
injury? Okay.
Like hamstring, ganun. And itong sa kwento, sir. Itong mga injury na ako.
Muscle injury, leg injury. That's the common on the sprinters.
Mm-hmm.
But the major is the hamstring. So we try to put some training that will not occur to injuries.
Okay. Well, I think that's it's good to take some care on that and be be cautious. But I got to ask this question: potassium, does that help with that?
Yeah.
Because I know it helps with cramps quite a bit. But I would say for me, what I always did was I would up my potassium intake usually just by eating more bananas, and then get some vitamin C in there and stay hydrated in a general sense. Has that had an effect on you and helped you in that regard?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Every morning, sa ganung taga-buntag sa kay, wala taga-pumaw kay, saging lang, sir, ba, para dumagana sa muscle, sir, para dili magsuka.
Every morning during our training, we used to eat banana, and I let them drink vitamin C.
Yes.
Yeah. And most of the time, I agree. Water is life in training. Stay hydrated to avoid cramps, muscle cramps.
Absolutely. All right. To the chat, Jimmy's here, but he's a producer today with producer MD. They're doing work behind the camera, so we're happy to have him. Okay, so we've talked about some of the different things that have helped you get where you are, but I've looked into, well, like a good shorts, things that don't chafe. You want to be cautious about that. If for long distance running, when I was running for a while, I wanted to wear soft shirts, and one of the most crucial things for me was I found my footwear was very important. So what kind of shoes were you wearing on the day of your race?
Sa imong ginagamit nga shoes during the race time sa dula?
Sir, like first is rubber shoes, sir, for warm up. Then if kaning magsugod na jud ang kaning dula nga final na ang mag-spike shoes po, sir.
Spike shoes. Okay.
Like that, sir.
You brought a set in with you today. So these
It's the famous spike shoes.
There you go. So I've heard about these, and that's why I'm asking, is because I didn't realize. May I see
Put
one?
it on the screen.
Yeah. Can I hold one of those? Thanks. It's so I don't know if we can get a good view on here, if I can get close enough, because they're green. So we're on a green screen. It's hard to see, but these are sewn up. They're very light. That's a good thing. They have the spikes in the bottom, but they're called Franken spikes because. MD, are we able to see that? I can't see from this far. How's that? Are those stitches coming through?
Nice.
There we go. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on that. There we go. All right. Yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna bring it up to the camera. All right, we can go back to the green screen again. These are just. I mean, I hate to say it like this because obviously you put in the work. You did win gold, and these shoes carried you there. So these are incredibly valuable to you, I'm sure. So I don't mean any disrespect when I say this, but these shoes are a mess. I'm amazed that you were able to do it in these. These, and hey, credit to the shoes for carrying you there, and credit to you for doing it in them. That's amazing. So these were called Franken spikes because, well, they're Frankenstein back together. Some of this is not even the original material. They've sewn patches in them to make it work. And so how long did you own these shoes?
For like 3 years.
3 years. And you were a runner that entire time?
Yes.
Okay, that's...
sir. Dili lang siya sa, sir, ganing dili lang sa how good quality the shoes, sir. It's all about how you hard work, sir.
Yeah, he's trying to say that it's not about the shoes, but his sacrifices during the training, and this is the result. It's not about, because there are people are just focusing on the shoes, but it's not all about the shoes. It's hard work, and this is not the result of his training. It's a perseverance.
Yeah. I mean, they gave you earned those medals wearing those shoes. So those shoes did their job, but you did the job through the hard work. So I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to have you on today, was seeing what you did there. So we do from the chat. We're asking the bouncing shoes. Have you heard of those? They seem like a little bit of a gimmick, but they when you run, they push back.
Yeah, it's not allowed in the track.
Okay.
It's illegal.
Okay, well there we go. There's our answer for that. Yeah. All right. Well, that's amazing. So you had these shoes. I know people found out about it. Much bigger broadcasters than I have talked to you about this and had a little bit with you. But my question is, at this point, now that word's gotten out about that, how many pairs of shoes have you gotten since then?
Pila na daw?
Katong naghatag
The
na?
4 plus 1, 5 ang naghatag, yeah.
Ano? Plus 5 plus 2 plus 5. Ay 2 spikes. 7. 8.
6 shoes, training shoes, plus 2 spikes.
Yes, sir.
2 spikes.
All right. Well, that's good. Now that's more than you need. So what did you do with the extra shoes? Sell them?
No, ngayon gihatag na ako sa akong mga teammates, sir, kay para magamit po nila, sir.
Obviously, I had an idea what happened there, because I wouldn't try to trick you or trap you with the question. But yeah, absolutely, that's awesome. So you managed to share the blessing, and spread out what was given to you, so that other people have opportunities. And I think that's a spirit that we should all have. And I catch that quite a bit in the Philippines with people. If they're blessed, they're reaching out to give someone else a little bit of that and spread that love and share.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah. And if I'm correct, there are separate categories for women and men based on the type of the type of bodies people have and the type of hormones mixed through. Women do quite well in long distance running, but for sprinting, it's generally dominated. Would be dominated by males if we didn't have separate categories. If I'm correct, and you're a coach, you could actually speak to that.
It's separate.
Yeah.
The man and men category must be separated.
Based on a male puberty, I mean, you're going to be slammed with testosterone, while you're a teenager, which gives you a lot of that explosive energy, and which we keep coming back to. But for endurance training, I've heard women are incredible sometimes at that, and that they can exceed men in many cases.
Yeah, I agree. Women have strong pain tolerance compared to men. I have seen that through my athlete.
We can't have my wife seeing this, because every time I get sick, she just tells me I'm a baby, because a cold to me is very strong. No, of course. They have a very high pain tolerance, and they can continue enduring during that. From what I've read and from what I understand on that, is that's one of the ways that those long distance endurance training really seems to work. So, well, maybe we'll get a winner in that, and we'll get to interview her, because it seems like there's an interest in it. Okay, health problems. I'm going to address this one. I will say this. Depending on what your health problems are, it's usually a good idea, if you're asthmatic or diabetic, or if you have other health issues, to talk to a doctor before you jump into running. But if you have health problems, you should be talking to your doctor anyways, and most doctors will encourage you to get out and move. Yeah. So we're going to assume that people have talked to their doctors, okay? And that's, if you haven't, don't take this advice until you do. But there was a point in your life when you hadn't run, you hadn't trained, you'd only ran for fun. So if you can remember that, just 8 short years ago, what would you do if someone is inside a lot, but they want to get out, they want to start moving? What's your recommendation for doing that, doing something like that?
Masulti atang pansi ka ng dili maning kamot, di sila mo liho. You will just stay kanang inana sa imo ang advice.
Not a doctor, but it's okay.
Ang mayon sila kay magmahal yun sa iwit kay wala sila gibuhat nga ano. Tapos para ra po na sa ilaha ang ilang gibuhat.
So they might be frustrated if you'll not push through because what they're doing is for them. So they need to continue. They need to work on it.
Okay. Well, so get out there, push yourself a little bit every day, and work towards goals. And that was something that that Beverly, the coach here, what he was talking about earlier is he would talk to runners, find what their goals were, what their dream was. Hey, what do you want to be? What event do you want to dominate? Where do you want to be strong in? And here's a plan to get there. Well, you can find a friend who runs who can do some of that for you. For running. So how tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
5'1". Okay.
5'1".
Well, now for long distance, there's probably a reason you're not a cross-country runner. Because, I mean, you don't have long legs, right?
Height doesn't matter, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So no matter what, I like that. So there we go. That answers our question. I like that. Taller? No, not necessarily better. So were you competing against people that were taller than you in that competition? Where you got those golds?
Is it?
To be honest, he's the smallest guy when he ran in the track oval, but
there you go.
He won the gold.
Hey,
that is why he said.
That's what we call talking to my kids. There's a phrase coming out for it's called short king. So you're not a short guy. You're a short king, man. You did it. All right. So short king, you are currently 17 years old. Is that correct? All right. So we're getting towards the end here. But what I'll say this is, at 17 years old, a lot of young men, well, they would be looking for a lady to spend some time with. So does Soy Soy, our guy, have a girlfriend?
Hassan's crush answer.
What's that?
A crush only, or she admire a lady?
Okay, so he's got a crush. Now the question that I'm going to have, because we don't want to embarrass her or you on air. Well, I'll embarrass you a little bit. I won't feel bad about that. All right, so we're going to say, what is something about her that attracted you to her without identifying her? Because obviously we're not gonna put her on blast here.
Ano ka siya say?
Ano siya, kawa siya, tapos ang first yun akong na-attract ko siya is ano siya, sir, kaning tourism mo itong na anong sir ba, tapos naungan po yun siya, sir, matong na-attract po ko.
She's attractive and beautiful.
There you go. And you know what? That is usually the first thing that draws us in. Women were created in such a way that they are certainly prettier than we are. I know that Mrs. Kano is significantly prettier than me. Are we almost ready to jump into that commercial break, and then we'll be right
You're
back?
watching.
All right. Does she know who she is? That's good. Well, we're going to go to commercial break, and then we'll be back right after that to talk about the future, because we talked quite a bit about the past and the present. All right. Thank you, guys, and we'll be back right after this, so please stay tuned.
Ang istasyong maaasahan mo sa araw at gabi. Mapamusika man at importanteng impormasyon kailangang malaman. Dito lang yan sa 100.9 Santo Tomas.
You are listening at 100.9 Metro FM, Radyo Tomasino. Sigurado love ka dito. This is your DJ, Joe Kano.
EXL Coffee Mix 17-in-1. Puno kini og natural mga komponente sama sa native purple corn, arabica, spirulina, ginseng, ginger, thornberry, ganoderma, mangosteen, malunggay, cinnamon, guava og rose hip. Alang sa atong maayong panglawas. Karon na ang panahon para mag-switch. EXL Coffee Mix 17-in-1. Bisan unsa pa kalisod ang imong ginaagihan karon, ayaw pag-undang, padayon lang. Go for health, go for life with EXL XL. May buhay sa makabuhay.
Sign Audio Enterprises. Sign Audio Enterprises. True audio video sales and rentals, printing services, and signage maker. Event supplier for festivals, pageants, live concerts, elegant wedding, debut, rave parties, pro audio system, stage, visual effects, high definition, LED screen display, mega tents, staging, stage truck, LED dance floors, and stage special effects. We accept LED billboards, fabrication and installation, 3D build-up signs, tarpaulin printing, car and motor decals, t-shirt printing, souvenirs, and all kinds of printing jobs, both large and small formats. We produce good sound. We create visual effects. We design and fabricate. We make signs. Look for June Avila, the CEO, technical head, with a telephone number 0936-463-6694, or look for Boying, Anicoche, marketing operation head, with a telephone number 0916-101-3480. Sign Audio Enterprises. Printing and booking of store number 1, Lupis Building, National Highway, Tagum Hashtags Your Sound Matters. Your Sign Masters. Signed Audio Enterprises.
Savon Beauty Soap ni Ana. Ang pinaka-skin-friendly, organically blended Ayu Savon Beauty Soap. Wala na mi maingon. Kung dili, mauna jud. Ang pampagwapa na dili isog sa panit, makahumok ug makahamis. Ang Ayu Savon. Ayu Savon.
Hey everyone, this is Joe Cano here to tell you about Relaxa Salon and Wellness Spa. Your home for body, mind, and spirit. Pamper yourself with our hair and nail services, massages, spa treatment, and healthy lifestyle offerings like facials and waxing at our Feeder Road 1, Canto Jaira, National Highway Santo Tomas Davao del Norte branch. Rejuvenate with our Feeder Road 2, Malesio Building, 2nd floor, fronting bus terminal. Or indulge in self-care at our Feeder Road 3 Dr. Leo Building, all in Santo Tomas. Experience self-love today. You deserve it.
The better mix of music, Metro FM.
And we are back. All right, so we've talked about where you came from, what you've been through, and up to now. I think is there we've been able to get some questions from the chat about that. Talked about running in general. Well, now we need to look towards your future. I'm kind of curious what your plans are. So, to start with, you're not done running. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Beverly, you're the coach. You've got a little more control over this. I would ask, what's the schedule like upcoming for this guy and his running?
So basically, we are preparing for the upcoming international event in Da Nang, Vietnam, particularly known as the 13th ASEAN School Game that might happen on May 31 to June 9. So after that, we'll be preparing for the national game, or known as the Palarong Pambansa in Cebu. It fall on July 11 to 15. Yeah. So 2 major competitions.
Okay. Which one are you most excited about, Soy Soy?
International.
Yeah? Going to Vietnam?
It's my first time.
Yeah, getting out of country.
Out of country.
Yeah. I will say from the chat, we've got a couple questions coming up that I'm gonna have to skip on right now. We could talk about those on a normal show, but I'm not gonna put our guy on the spot regarding those last two questions. I love you guys, but I can't do that to our guest. I would love to have that conversation on a normal show though, because there's a lot to it. So you've got Da Nang, Vietnam. You're going to go to a place with a beautiful history, something. Have you ever eaten any Vietnamese food?
No, sir.
Okay, so this will be your first time. I'm going to tell you, I love food, and there's one place here in town where I get a banh mi sandwich. I'm actually going there tonight. It's called Bechamel, and they have a really good spicy banh mi. So if you get the chance, swing down there, try the banh mi before you go. Spicy chicken, it's pretty good, and it could give you a little taste of Vietnam before you head up there.
That's nice.
All right, so we're talking about, kind of just your basic future, but, well, you can't run forever, although you should do some running for, as much as you can while you're around. Keep yourself healthy. But they're not going to pay you to run forever, most likely. So what are you going to do for work as you get older? What are you going to study in college, if you don't mind my asking here?
Sa imong plano pag-college, sa imong gusto ko kay dili tanang panahon mo dagan ka. So we are talking about future nimo sa imong plano.
If ever paboran ta ano na lang did Euro sir, mag criminology. May mas rare nga dahil po sudlan, so mag criminology ko sir.
Great. Now I'm never going to be able to outrun the cops because they're going to have you on their team. Now, I can just see it now. A criminal's not going to run when you come along.
Sarah immediately does not search.
Anad na po sa mga workouts ng training nila, so magamit na lang po na ako in the future.
What did you say there?
He used about the workouts like the police did, the workouts, the running.
Yeah, the
so
PFTs.
You can easily connect of what is the police is doing.
Yes.
Soon.
I spent years in the Navy. I actually retired from that. But, in the chat, they're saying it too. Best runner in the Philippines, going to catch everybody. Well, your physical fitness test is a huge part of any job where you may have to face other people in combat, whether it's rescuing people, whether it's chasing down bad guys or any of that. But that is a very good thing to do. So I say I honor that. And if you go to Capitaneros once you're in the Armed Forces Philippines or PNP, then you can definitely get 10% off, just like they all can at Capitaneros. But you stop by anytime and get yourself one free one on Joe Cano, okay? You tell him Joe sent me, and there's one free one for you. If you bring your crush, you still got to pay full price for her, though. So that's one option is to criminology. And what would if that doesn't work out? Let's say you don't become police. So what else would you want to study for and become if you had other options?
Sir, like katong sir, tong
BSMT,
tong physical science ba? Tong physical science ba sir?
Sports science.
Sports science pala.
Okay.
Sports science.
So we'd be looking at you becoming a coach.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
most likely.
So you're. Well, I mean, it means a lot that you're looking to become a coach. It means that you've done a good job there, Coach Beverly, and we appreciate it because it brings a spotlight on our town here. And being able to put the work in, to be treated in a way that pushes you, drives you to success, and I'll say you're a humble young man, but you have accomplished a good bit. And it's not the sin of pride to be proud of work that's been put in. You have a right to say, I was successful and it makes me happy. And I think that you've put in enough work that you deserve to be a little bit happy there. You mentioned earlier, though, something about a pilot. You were talking about getting into pilot programs and flying planes. Was one of the dreams you've had in the past?
His biggest dream.
Yeah.
His dream is pilot.
Well, I'll tell you what. 8 years ago, did you think you were going to be winning gold right now? Or was that a dream then too? Because it's a reality now. You've got 5 gold. Is that 5 gold medals in that bag right there? Okay, that's 5 gold medals. That's an incredible accomplishment. And so don't give up on those dreams and continue moving forward. Do you have any advice for young people in general that you would give?
Any advice ni mo masulti sa mga, especially sa mga young people, sa youth, like you, say lang dapat.
Like sa mga athlete dira nga nagsugod na, so padayon lang ta kay para po ni sa to ang future, so padayon lang ta og kapuyon mo no, naalang gyud ninyo kung unsay yung gisugdan ug asa mo nagano sugod.
So he said that to every young people who have started training they must continue and just think of what they have started. Okay, just continue doing good.
Good. I'll add to that. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Drugs.
But no, continuing is important, and having a steady. It seems like you live a lifestyle. So there was a point in time recently where everybody was kind of stuck indoors. We weren't able to go out very much. How did you and your coach, of course, Coach Beverly, can talk about this a little bit too. So I'd ask both of you, how did you handle the COVID lockdowns when it came to training? Because that wasn't very long ago.
Siya di atang gihimo siya during lockdown and COVID para nagpadayon ng training.
So just sir, na like core training, exercise ganun every morning.
Yeah, what we did since we have group chat, I encourage them to continue like what he did. He does some core training, and we do also cross training like biking, playing basketball, football, something like that.
Finding ways
yeah.
in there. Okay, so making it a dynamic training environment, would that be accurate to say? Where you may not do the same thing, but you're going to do something to keep yourself sharp and to keep yourself healthy and fit. Would that be an accurate description? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's awesome. We've got a couple from the chat here with so after college, you get done with college. Are you planning on qualifying for any races after your even if you have other work, do you think you might still qualify for race for the Philippines and other things?
Mag-college, magdagan ba daw kagyapon so
Yes sir, or UAAP or NCAA.
Okay. Now, I don't know the logistics of it. I've never sent anyone there, but I would ask, have you guys looked into the possibility that you might represent the Philippines in an international competition that, I don't know, might be named after a great big mountain in Greece?
Olympics.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that a dream of yours? Something that you would train towards?
Biggest dream.
All right. Well,
Nothing is impossible.
that's right. If one man has done it, another can do it. And you already said, I'm gonna give you a saying. I don't know if you've heard this before, but if you haven't, it's yours now. We talked about size. It came up in the chat, and you said it doesn't matter. Well, we have a saying for that where I'm from, and that is, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It is the size of the fight in the dog. So if the dog is ready to fight and he's strong, size really doesn't matter. So you push yourself, you work hard, and I can tell you this before we let you go here, you do have the support of your local community. I have heard nothing but good things from everyone, and people want you to succeed. So wherever you're going, let us know what we can do to help, and we might be able to assist you there. We'll, talk to the LGU, those guys, see what they've got for you when it comes time. I know we've got some really good people in our local government, although I don't support anyone because I'm just a guest here. No, but I do support the people that have been elected, and I hope they're able to show some support because, well, you're ours, and you're going abroad, and you're representing Santo Tomas Davao del Norte in another country. And I'm amazed at that. So I want you to go and give it your best. And no matter what happens there, okay, no matter what happens, you are already a winner in my eyes because you've got 5 gold medals to prove it. So not just my eyes, but even there, you managed to get that far. I hope you take home all the gold. But no matter what happens, I'm proud of you. And us here at the Metro FM, we're proud of you. So, and at Capitaneros, you got 1 free drink coming your way. Full price for your crush, though. So then you only have to pay for 1. All right. Is there anything else in the chat? I think we're good. They said, hey, man, even if you're small, be like a chihuahua. Just like a gremlin. All right. Don't feed him after midnight then. But guys, go forward. Do good things. Beverly, do you have anything, Coach Beverly, you got anything to say to the people?
I would like to say thank you to Brother Larry, Matthew, for inviting us here. And of course to the top management of 100.9 Metro FM, Radio Tomasino, and our tagline, Sigurado Love Ka Dito. Thank you so much from the strong men and women of Santo Tomas National High School Track and Field. We want to say daghan kayong salamat for inviting us here and sharing our our life story, especially to the life of Soy Soy. Shout out sa tanang mga addicts. Thank you so much.
Alright.
Let's go.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Ang istasyong maaasahan mo sa araw at gabi. Mapamusika man at importanteng impormasyon kailangang malaman. Dito lang yan sa 100.9 Santo Tomas.
You are listening at 100.9 Metro FM, Radyo Tomasino. Sigurado Love Kadito. This is your DJ, Joe Cano.
EXL Coffee Mix 17-in-1. Puno kini og natural mga komponente sama sa native purple corn, arabica, spirulina, ginseng, ginger, thornberry, ganoderma, mangosteen, malunggay, cinnamon, guava og rose hip. Alang sa atong maayong panglawas. Karon na ang panahon para mag-switch. EXL Coffee Mix 17-in-1. Bisan unsa pa kalisod ang imong ginaagihan karon, ayaw pag-undang, padayon lang. Go for health, go for life with EXL. May buhay sa makabuhay.
Signed Audio Enterprises. Signed Audio Enterprises. True audio video sales and rentals, printing services, and signage maker. Event supplier for festivals, pageants, live concerts, elegant wedding, debut, rave parties, pro audio system, stage visual effects, high definition, LED screen display, mega tents, staging, stage truck, LED dance floors, and stage special effects. We accept LED billboards, fabrication and installation, 3D build-up signs, tarpaulin printing, car and motor decals, t-shirt printing, souvenirs, and all kinds of printing jobs, both large and small formats. We produce good sound. We create visual effects. We design and fabricate. We make signs. Look for June Avila, the CEO, technical head, with a telephone number 0936-463-6694, or look for Boying, and coach and marketing operation head, with telephone number 0916-101-3480. Signed Audio Enterprises. Printing and booking of store number 1, Lewis Building, National Highway, Sagumsi. Hashtags Your Sound Matters. Your Sign Masters. Signed Audio Enterprises.
Are you Savon Beauty Soap ni Ana. Ni Ana, ang pinaka-skin-friendly, organically blended IU Savon Beauty Soap. Wala na mi maingon. Kung dili, mauna jud. Ang pampagwapa na dili isog sa panit, makahumok ug makahamis. Ang IU Savon. IU Savon. Tinuod ni.
Puti ani mo, oy. Nadamguhan ta ka. Ang IU Savon ay talagang mahusay sa balat. Mabibili ito sa mga suking butika at sa mga mini grocers nearby you. IU!
Hey everyone, this is Joe Cano here to tell you about Relaxa Salon and Wellness Spa. Your home for body, mind, and spirit. Pamper yourself with our hair and nail services, massages, spa treatment, and healthy lifestyle offerings like facials and waxing at our Feeder Road 1, Canto Jaira, National Highway Santo Tomas Davao del Norte branch. Rejuvenate with our Feeder Road 2, Malesio Building, 2nd floor, fronting bus terminal. Or indulge in self-care at our Feeder Road 3, Dr. Leo Building, all in Santo Tomas. Experience self-love today. You deserve it.
Sa ato mga pinalanggang tigpaminaw, ingon man ang atong Facebook Live viewers. Nano kada mo pagsibya dinhi sa Davao City ug madungog usab mi sa among nagkadaiyang radio partners. Nang hinaot mi sa kanunay nga anaa mo sa luwas ug maayong kahimtang sangtang nagpaminaw o nagtanaw niini atong programa. Dili na mi maglangan sa paghatod sa mga balita o impormasyon karong adlaw